Okay. Keep trying to grab that. So, we want to make sure you keep up with this stuff. Here's Shobi. So what's due in Shobi next time? Marble worksheet. Now, here's what it looks like. It looks different on Shobi. It doesn't have that picture of the boy there. It has a picture of a group of children playing with marbles, I think. And it's 3 pages on Shobi, but it's 1 page in D2L. It's the same worksheet. You've got 12 red marbles, 8 orange, all these different colors. They're asking you to find probabilities. And odds in favor of drawing a purple, and odds against. And probability of drawing an orange and then a green. Well, let's see if we get to this. I might have to, or I might have to just give you a hint on it. Okay, without replacement. So, we can draw an orange or a green, and odds against drawing a blue, and then I'm going to have to give you some hints on 4 and 7, so we can do this. Find the odds against. Okay, so this is, most of these problems are like the example, of we had some beads in a bag, and we found the probability of drawing a blue bead. We did this last time. So that's how we did it. So you can do most of it that way. Let me go ahead and give you some hints on 4 and 7. Maybe I'll just work them. Okay. Probability of drawing an orange marble and then a green marble, we haven't covered it yet. So I'm going to let O be orange marble. This is probability of drawing an orange marble on the first pick and drawing a green marble on the second pick. This is how you do that bead activity 2 worksheet. It says without replacement. And when we're doing 2 picks, and means multiply, and it means probability of drawing an orange on the first pick times probability of drawing a green on the second, given you've already drawn an orange. I know we haven't gone over any of that, but this is what you could write on your paper to get this answer right. Okay. It's probability of drawing an orange marble. Okay, did anybody add these up yet? There's 20 there. Is it 92? 92. If that's not right, you're making everybody's, okay. You have to add up and find your total marbles to do probabilities. So probability on the first pick of picking an orange marble, you're picking out of 92 marbles. So that's how many orange marbles are there? 8. So you have 8 chances out of 92. And don't reduce that fraction, just leave it on reduce. You have 8 chances out of 92 to pick an orange marble, the first pick. Now, you have to assume you've already picked an orange marble and you leave it out. Now, how many marbles are we picking from? On the denominator here, we have to change this to 91. Because we are leaving that orange marble out. It said without replacement. Now, how many green marbles do we have? Well, we have to assume we picked an orange, so we have 7 oranges, and we only have 91 for the second pick. But the green, we still have 10. So we put that over 10. They're 10 over 91. And then we can use our calculator to multiply that out. It's the tops times the tops, the bottoms times the bottom. When you're multiplying fractions, you do not need common denominators. You can do that on your calculator as 8 divided by 92 times 10 divided by 91, enter. Can you see that? Okay. Math, enter, enter, is change that to a fraction. And it changes it to a reduced fraction for you. It's the answer, if I want it as a fraction, is 20, it says as reduced fractions, yeah. So I do 20 over 20, 93. So I just worked number 4 for you since we didn't cover it yet, and I want to still collect the worksheet. So, question?
Can I go ahead and put this out?
Sure. Okay. And then find the probability of drawing 2 yellows without replacement. So here's the notation. We're going to draw a yellow on the first pick and a yellow on the second pick. Okay, so, and it's without replacement again. And so this is probability of drawing a yellow on the first pick times probability of drawing a yellow on the second pick, given we've already drawn a yellow on the first. So, what's the probability of drawing a yellow on the first pick? 16 over 92. Now we have to leave this the first yellow marble out, and so we're only picking from 91, and how many yellow marbles do we have left? 15. And that's how you do the number 7. And then you put it in your calculator and reduce the fraction. Okay, so you've got, that's how you'll do, that's due next time. The other thing that's due next time is in D2L. I'm not even in D2L. D2L quiz 4A is due. It's gonna, I'm not gonna go to it. Okay. All right, we're gonna continue with the notes now. So I gave you, everybody that was in class today should at least get 4 and 7 right. But I want this notation. The notation is you just use the first letter of each color for the, except purple and pink. You're gonna have to, if you use P for purple, then you're gonna, if it asks you to use pink later. No, I don't think it does. So this is the notation, probability of purple. I'm going to use P for purple. And I don't think we asked it about pink. And when you're doing odds, you're going to have colons. So it's 4 and again. So let's just do these first two. Look, I'm going to help you with this first. I don't think you know how to do this. So, what's the probability of drawing a purple marble? It's the number of ways you can draw a purple marble out of the total number of marbles. Probability uses the total number of marbles.
You want us to simplify it?
Yes, you'll simplify it. So you're going to do 22 over 92, and you can use the calculator to simplify, but you're going to reduce the fractions. Leave them as fractions, simplify. And so that will be 11 over, what's 92 divided by 2? 46. There we go. So that would be your answer. This is your notation. Odds, though, how many marbles are purple? 22. How many are not purple? You have to take 92 minus 22. You cannot just use 92 there. In odd, it's 4 and against, like we just did in the beads. So it's going to be 22 to 70, and then you're going to reduce that, divide by 2, or do 22 divided by 70 in your calculator, reduce it, you get 11 to 35. And one more question, what's the odds against drawing the purple marble? What do we have to do there? We already figured out the odds for are 11 to 35. If you want the odds against, we put against first, colon 4. So you don't have to do all this work again for the second, third problem. You just have to switch these numbers and put a colon in them. Okay? Does that make sense? So, I just didn't feel like you guys understood this. Did that help? Yeah. Just keep going, right? All right. Well, let's get back to the notes. But you guys need a break? Let's take a break. And then we'll get. You got a bag of M&Ms. Makes me hungry. Okay. Count up the total number of M&Ms. Find the probability of selecting a blue M&M. Like you're not going to just eat it no matter what the color is. But, and you may have to reduce it. You can reduce it in your calculator. And so, and I'm going to hit submit and leave it blank. Yes. So there's 3 questions. And I don't know why they're here. Then you want to find the odds of choosing a yellow. Odds. So you're trying to find the odds of choosing a yellow M&M. And then, so which calculation, probability or odds, uses the total number of objects? And then submit to turn in your answers. Okay, and I'm going to pause it a minute. I don't know when I paused it. Oh no. Sorry guys. Okay. This is the multiplication rule. Multiplication rule for any events is I have to explain what this is, and there's an example. So we're going to go to this example, and I'm going to tell you to do a Nearpod if you don't understand this. Probability for any event A and B is probability of, even if they're not independent, A on the first pick times probability of B on the second pick, given you've already picked, A has already occurred on the first pick. So this vertical line means given, and this is a conditional probability. This is a conditional probability, and what it means is that we know that that event A has already occurred on the first pick. So let's just use it, and you'll see we've got a deck of 52 cards, and we want the probability of drawing a king and an ace in that order. So probability of drawing a king on the first pick and an ace on the second pick. And we use the multiplication rule, but this is kind of the problem I showed you. It's the king on the first pick times the probability of an ace on the second, given we've already picked a king on the first. So, we've got a deck of cards. We've got a deck of cards in here anyway. Okay? Assuming this is a 52 card deck, still, I got a deck of cards. What's the probability of drawing a king out of a deck of cards? And a lot of people don't know that anymore, but there's four. There's four kings. So before I pick, and I have to take the jokers out, so there's only 52 cards. They're here. We have 4 kings out of 52. Don't reduce it, just write it like that. Now, we have to assume that we picked a king. So we're going to reach in and we're actually going to pull a king out. Okay? How many cards do we have left now, assuming we have 52? 51, so we're going to be dividing by 51. And how many aces do we still have in this deck? 4. Because we asked about aces. So it's 4. And so this is exactly like those bead problems that I worked for you. This is the multiplication rule for any event. Multiplication rule, it's for multiple events, we multiply. So we're going to do that in our calculator. And 4 divided by 52 times 4 divided by 51. Enter. Press math, enter, enter. We get 4 over 663. And that's a conditional probability. On your paper, you only have to write this and these 2 numbers and then the answer. You don't have to write this stuff out if you don't want to over here. But this is the notation. I want the notation on your worksheet. Probability notation. That's probability notation of picking a king on the first pick and an ace on the second. If we change the problem instead in any order, then we'd have to multiply that by 2. But in this class, we're just doing it in the one order. King on the first pick, ace on the second. All right, and then we have probability with, let's see what, we can also do probability with pictures. Let me see where I am on this Nearpod. So we can use the basic rules we just learned to find probabilities when we're given pictures. So I'm going to go ahead and contingency tables. Well, we're not going to get through all of this today. Contingency tables, we won't. I'll do the pictures, and we're pretty much done. What's the last one? Fill in the blanks. Okay, we'll go ahead and do that. In probability, the word or means to, well, let me do it. Oh, I'll do it over here. There we go. The word or means to what? But it may also mean to do something else. When we see the word, so we got and goes up here. When we see the word and, when we see the word given, the denominator should equal the total of a row or column. We haven't covered that yet. We haven't covered the last two. We see the word given, the denominator should total the row or column of the contingency table. So the word and means to add, but if we add something twice, then we need to subtract. When we see the word and, we only multiply when we are selecting multiple objects. And that's how that goes. Okay, a fill in the blank. And so if you want to save that Nearpod, you can click down arrow and choose notes. and email it to yourself or put it to a Google Drive. Put in your email address. And you'll, okay, you can save that there. I had it sent to my email address. I don't know. Okay, am I still in it? Okay. I'm gonna get out of it. I need to go ahead and assign, I want you guys to do this conditional probability before next time, because I would have liked to have gone over it, but we didn't have time. So it's a Nearpod on, make sure you do the quiz and stuff, on multiplication rule and conditional probabilities to help you understand that better, because we just touched on it briefly. So that's for your homework, and we can start there next time. We'll start with this table next time. So you just have the beat activity, and you have D2L quiz 4A to do before class next time. And then there's a self-evaluation after test 1, because I did figure out your grades and post them on D2L, please look at those. And sorry I didn't get everything recorded, but so this is for a grade. Your Nearpod is to do the intro to the multiplication rule. And it shouldn't take very long to do QRC BY. That's because that'll help you with conditional probability if you don't understand it. And that's the participation grade. So go ahead, make sure don't skip the quizzes. All right, we'll see you next time. Any questions? Yes. Yes. For or, you add, and if they're disjoint, you do not have to subtract anything off. So, and those marble ones are disjoint. Those questions with marbles don't have multicolored marbles. It's all that. All right. Bye. Does that make any sense? You're doing good. Thank you guys. See you keep up with us. Good to see you. And then before class next time, Jason, and that worksheet. I think the multiplication rule thing that I just assigned will help you. I'd like to do it for a class so we could. I mean, we could have done it, but nobody had to send it. Oh. Now I'm still recording.